Today, I want to walk you through a ramp warm-up. RAMP stands for Raise, Activate, Mobilize, and Potentiate. The goal is to gradually increase your heart rate, turn on key muscle groups you'll need, move through the ranges of motion required for your show, and then finish with a few dynamic movements that prepare you for performance level intensity. This version is meant to be broadly applicable across roles. If you need something more specific to your track or the particular demands of your show, make sure to connect with your show PT and we can individualize it for you.
Okay, so first we're going to start with some skipping. We're going to skip around the studio space once. You can make this small. This does not have to be big. It's just the beginning of the raise part of the ramp warm-up. Make sure to switch directions. You'll go around the circle once, twice for about 20 to 30 seconds. And then we'll go ahead and do some side shuffling around the space. Again, you can make this small. It doesn't have to be big. You don't have to get up off the floor. You can hold your arms steady or you can swing them, whatever you fancy, and then we'll switch directions and we'll go around the space once, twice, so that you're doing this for about 20 to 30 seconds. Let's go ahead and do some jumping jacks. Again, it can be small. We're just starting to get the heart rate up. It doesn't have to be big. If jumping bothers you, you can step out to the side and back in quickly. Bring those arms up and down. Nothing should hurt. And then once we've done about 20 to 30 seconds of jumping jacks, we can go into mountain climbers. You can jump these a little bit like I'm doing here, or you can slide your feet in. Again, small, making sure to support yourself out of the ground. 20 to 30 seconds, and then we'll wrap up here. Okay, you're going to start by bringing your knees into your chest, pushing your hands into your thighs, and keep your eyes focused in towards your belly button. You're going to push your hands onto your thighs so you activate through your core. We'll take 5 or 6 nice deep breaths in just to activate the front of the core, and then once we're done with that, we're going to flip onto our bellies, and we are going to do a Superman. This is making sure you're not arching too much from the low back. You're basically just kind of being like a flying squirrel and hovering above the ground. We'll take 5, 6, 7, 8 deep breaths here. And then we're going to repeat the first 2 exercises again in this activate section. So you're going to flip over and you're going to bring your knees to your chest, press your hands into your knees or your thighs, bring your chin in, look down towards your belly button. You're not pressing so hard that you're gripping, but just enough to activate through the core. We'll take 5, 6, 7, 8 deep breaths here, and then we'll roll over onto our belly again. Once again, going into the Superman or the flying squirrel, whatever you want to call it, but not arching too much, just hovering above the ground. Again, we'll take 5, 6, 7, 8 breaths here. And then after we've activated the front and the back of the core, we're going to come to this side and we're going to do some rotating side planks on our knees. So you're going to rotate your body down towards the ground and then back up. As you rotate your body down, chest to the ground, and then turn out your top leg. We'll go ahead and do 4 of these, being sure not to sink into your supporting shoulder. And then once we've done 4 of these, we're going to go ahead and rotate to the other side. Rotate your body towards the ground, then rotate up and turn out that top leg, pushing your arm and your knee into the ground to make sure you're supported through your limbs. And we'll go ahead and finish up 4 of these. And then we'll come to all 4 so we can start to mobilize a little bit more. We're going to start with upper body cars. So we're just going to make nice big circles with our arms and rotate through the upper part of the chest, following our arm with our head. We'll take about 3 on each side, though of course you can always do more or less if it feels better for your body. And once we're done doing some on each side, we're going to take lower body cars. So I'm going to circle my leg and I'm going to try very hard not to let it come from my back, but rather just making sure that the leg is circling in the hip socket. We'll take about 3 and 3 on the other side as well. Again, making sure it's coming from the hip and not from the back. And then I'll go ahead and switch my directions. So I do the opposite direction in the leg. I'll do about 3 on each side, again, more or less, depending on what you feel your body needs. And then we'll go on to some bigger mobilization exercises. And now starting to mobilize a little bit more, we'll go into a sun salutation variation. You're gonna go ahead and walk out into a plank, bring one leg up into a high lunge. You can stay there or you can rotate into the front knee and come on down and then switch into a plank again. Bring the leg up, making sure not to dump into your back as you're doing a lunge. So stay engaged and stay long, and then we'll walk all the way back up, reverse the flat back. We'll try that one more time. I'm going to show 2 here, but you can do more than that if you feel like your body needs, making sure only to work within your available range. Don't push too much. We're still warming up. And then we're going to go ahead and high lunge again and rotate. Good, you'll walk all the way back. All right, now we're going to go into some side lunges with rotation. So you'll take a wide stance, lunge to one side, rotate into the leg that's bent, and you'll keep going, alternating, staying low. So you should get a stretch in your thoracic spine and your inner thighs. We'll do that a number of times, and then we're going to come to all fours with your knees hovering off the ground, thread one leg through and open up, and come back to center, threading a leg through, opening up, feeling a nice stretch in your chest. We'll do about 3 or 4 on each side, again working within your available range here. And then once you finish the last one, we're going to go ahead and come up to stand. We're going to do some single leg hip hinges to get your hamstrings and your glutes going. If you feel like you're on balance, your back leg can skim the ground or be off the ground, or you can skim your toes on the ground to give you a little bit of extra balance and stability. We'll do a handful on one side, making sure that you're hinging from the hip and not rounding from the back, so we're really getting a stretch through the hamstring. Shift to the other side, hinging and coming up to stand, hinging from the hip and standing up from the hip. We'll do several more. And then we're going to go ahead and end with some reverse lunges in just a second. And here we go. We're going to do some reverse lunges and then come up. You can go ahead and just bring your leg to stand, or if you're feeling like it, you can swing your leg up so we get a little bit of extra mobilization through the hip. Again, be sure not to get motion from the back, but this is really all coming from the legs. The legs are lowering you down and then powering you up to stand. Okay, lastly, we're going to do some swings. You're going to go ahead and swing those arms down and bounce, and you're going to go out to the side, and then we're going to go ahead to the other side and swing once more down, and then we'll go out to the side and to the other side. You can do this 2, 3, 4 times, whatever your body needs. And then after this one, we're going to go into some squat jumps to end things, just to get some bigger jumps going on. You can use your arms to swing, you can get a lot of air, you could tuck your knees up, whatever you feel like you need, but by now you should be ready to get going.